Hi guys, and welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday video. Today we're going to talk about something that goes along hand in hand with the Ice Wellness's challenges we talk about, which is doing an ice bath and then doing your workout. Is it beneficial or harmful? Let's find out. So this one I found really interesting, particularly because I do live in the desert and I often work out in the summer, which means it is hot, regardless of if I'm in my garage or if I'm outside. And so I already believe in doing your cold plunge before a hard workout, just because of the hormonal benefit with your boosted testosterone, everything like that from the cold therapy. There's been a lot of studies coming out about whether or not doing a cold plunge and then doing a workout can help you work out harder and longer. So the first piece that we found came from, weirdly enough, Peloton. Is one of the blogs they did talk about cold plunging before or after. They talked about exactly what I was talking about in the intro, which is if you're exercising in hot temperatures, a cold dip beforehand can be very beneficial. A cold plunge before exercise can help keep your core body temperature lower and improve workout performance in a hot environment. This is something that's known as pre-cooling. Cold water immersion is considered to be the most effective method of pre-cooling, according to a 2012 research article in BMC Medicine, and outperforms drinking ice water per 2017 research in the European Journal of Sports Science. So this is not anything new. It's just not really being talked about right now in the community from what I have seen. Now, they do talk about, of course, if you are not used to it, you might have physical incapacitation. Essentially, chilling your muscles, then asking them to work for you might backfire. Strength, power, jumping, and sprinting can all suffer as muscle temperatures drop, and your arms are especially vulnerable to these temperature changes. Now, I have noticed that if I go too quickly from my ice bath into squats, I do get some crampage in my legs, and that's kind of what this is talking about, is you might have to let your body warm up a little bit from the cold, depending on how long a plunge you did, and at what temperature, before you start doing really hardcore running or sprinting or anything like that, just to give your muscles a chance to recover. The second study we looked at came from TransparentLabs. It said basically the same thing. Research consistently demonstrates that pre-cooling the body before exercise with cold water immersion can significantly improve performance, especially in hot environments. Cold plunging before a workout may also produce an acute increase in metabolic rate and reduce the perception of pain and exertion during exercise, but it's unclear if this results in substantial long-term benefits. So it absolutely helps in the short term. Some things I know that people find when they do cold plunge and then work out is they don't sweat as much. So if you're a heavy sweater and you go to the gym and you're embarrassed by how much you sweat, it can assist you in not sweating as much. Because you are already a little bit numb, you're probably gonna be able to push a little bit harder, but of course be smart about it, because you don't want to damage muscle while it is numb, because then you can't feel it and you won't know to stop. It went on to say that a 2017 review of cold water immersion studies concluded that the benefits of cold water immersion are mostly pronounced when used intermittently rather than regularly. Hence, it's prudent to use cold plunging strategically and infrequently rather than as a routine part of every workout. So this was interesting as well, just because we do often talk about doing ice plunges daily. But again, it's what fits into your schedule, your plan, your goals, etc. So it's something to keep aware, especially because a lot of people seem to be doing it enough that they're getting cold adapted, which isn't necessarily the goal for a lot of people. For some people, cold adaptation is the goal, and that's fine. If you are not trying to get adapted to the cold, though, definitely cut back on it. The third one we looked at actually contradicted these two and said that your cold plunges should be timed away from your exercise routine completely. This came from Dr. Massey, DPT. Dr. Massey doesn't necessarily suggest going directly from your workout into a cold plunge or doing a cold plunge and then going into a workout. Cold water immersion can help with recovery because it reduces the inflammation from working out and can give you the feeling of reduced soreness. In reality, inflammation is a natural response to working out, and we want that to aid muscle growth and the response for increased muscle mass. If we were to plunge after workouts consistently, we are potentially stunting our body's natural response to muscle growth, which we already know. So this one in the table of contents did say that it addressed whether to do a cold plunge before or after workouts. However, it really didn't address either, just saying that you should be careful if you're trying to build muscle, which again, we've already covered, and that it's probably more applicable for sports rehabilitation versus a recovery method for traditional strength training sessions. And this article was published in 2023, but most of the research that it referenced was done in 2017 or 2018. So it didn't really talk about updated statistics. There was one study it talked about in 2022, where researchers found that submerging in water with cold temperatures after high intensity workouts was more effective in reducing muscle soreness or delayed onset muscle soreness than after eccentric workouts like hypertrophy and bodybuilding style training. which kind of supports his statement that cold plunge therapy techniques may offer more benefits to athletes than the average home gym owner. However, this is only looking at muscular recovery. It's not looking at any of the other benefits of cold therapy that we've talked about before, such as mental health, mental and emotional growth, or the parasympathetic nervous system. So there you have it, guys. So doing a cold plunge and then doing a hard workout, especially in a hot environment, can help you work out harder and longer, as long as, of course, you are doing it safely. The first time you do try it, absolutely make sure that you are not rushing into a bunch of jumping jacks or sprints or anything like that, to make sure that your muscles have had a chance to warm up. If you want a really good starting point for working out after your cold therapy, Ice Wellness Journal has a monthly subscription program as well. Every 30 days, we send out a new mantra, a new post-plunge workout, newsletters, info shares, things like that to all of our subscribers. Plus, we have a private Facebook group so that you can talk about your experiences, meet other people doing the same challenges as you, and maybe gain some more insight into what works for you. Now, the journal, of course, is designed to help you track why each plunge can be different. So one day you might have eaten and it feels more cold. The next day you might do it fasted and it feels like you can stay in forever. You may not be hydrated. There's a lot of different parameters that can affect your ice plunge, even if you're doing it on a regular basis. And the journal helps you track those so that you know exactly what parameters work for you. So that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you, of course, to my research team for looking into this and putting it all together. I will link to the articles in the description below, of course, as well as the Ice Wellness Journal and subscription program. And I'll see you guys next time.